Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the 6th day of the 12 days of Christmas. We're halfway there. If you don't know what that is, I'll let you know about that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my Oliver. And if you're returning, thank you guys so much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So I'm going to take some yarn that I had in my knitting stash. I'm going to take this furry ribbon. I got this from Hobby Lobby, I believe after Christmas last year. And then this Dollar Tree stocking. So I'm going to remove all that tinsel and I'm just pulling it off. Once you find the starter, it's really easy to take off because they're just wrapped around these little pegs that are on the ends, and so it's really easy. And then I took all the pegs and I'm just cutting them off with my little wire cutters, and they go everywhere, let me tell you. Then I took my yarn, I tied the end around the bottom row there and tied a knot around it, and then I'm just wrapping my yarn all the way around the edge of this stocking, and I just went all the way around it except for the white part, all the way around the red part. And then I am going vertically, so I tied a knot just like I did the first time. And then I'm just wrapping. As you can see, the heel has a hole in it. I did that a little differently. I'm going to fill it in later, but that was just because of the curve. It was making it hard to wrap it the way I am wrapping this part. So you'll see what I did in a little bit. So when I got to the end of my yarn, I just tied a knot around that bar, and then I started my new piece of yarn at the same bar and tied a knot there too. And then I'm just going to keep wrapping until I get to this side. And then once I got to this side, it got a little more trickier. And I'm just going, I think this is like the second bar down. I am just wrapping and then threading it through. And I did that about 5 times, I think. And then I went down to the next bar until it looked full. And then I went down to the next bar. And I did that until about... I think this is the last time I did it around a bar, and then I started going around the actual curved area. And I'm just trying to see what I'm doing here. I think I don't leave it like that part because I started seeing a gap. So here I just start wrapping around that curved area, and I do have to use my hot glue a little bit more here because of the curve. It doesn't want to stay, so like tries to move off. So whenever I felt like it was trying to move and not stay, then I would have to use my hot glue to just a little dab to tack it in place. And then I just did that all the way around to the toe, and then I just cut off the extra and glued it to the back. After that, I'm going to take my yarn and I put it through an upholstery needle. And then I am just pulling it through that covered area that's right above it. I had to hot glue the bottom part because it was wanting to come off of that curved area. I hate using hot glue on this stuff because you always see the little bit of glue dabs. And I try to pull off as much as I can so that you don't see it, but there's always some kind of residue and I hate that. So once I had that done, I took my fuzzy ribbon here, my furry ribbon, and I'm just going to hot glue it to itself. And then I'm going to wrap it. I'm actually going to wrap this twice. Look at all that stuff that was on my my desk from the hot glue. Oh, that's the one thing about hot glue. It drives me nuts with all of its little web strings and little glue pieces that stick to me. It just drives me nuts. But anyways, I'm going to cut this off and then I'm going to glue this down to the back part of my stocking. And yes, I had fur flying. And then after I have this part done, I hot glued the top part of the stocking or the fur to itself to cover that that frame. Now, some of this, either it didn't stick or I didn't glue it right because it wasn't there when I add the hanger, which is fine because it made it easier for me. So this greenery piece came off a previous DIY. I just hot glued it there. It was one I made a couple of years ago. I'm making a finger bow, a double looped finger bow with this beautiful ribbon. I got this ribbon from Hobby Lobby, but Walmart has one that's almost identical. It's just a little tad different. You have to really look at them both close together to see the difference. And I love this. I think it is so pretty. I don't know why I've been so into plaid lately. But I'm just going to hot glue this right above my floral picks here. And then I'm going to use some more of that ribbon as a hanger. I'm gluing it together and then just adding it inside of that and then held it together so that it stays. And that's all there was for that. I think it turned out so pretty. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, today is day number 6 of the 12 days of Christmas DIYs, and the theme is stockings. I am hosting this along with my friend Amanda with Molly Cole Creations, and we have been having a blast. I hope you have been too. So I will have a link to her channel as well as the playlist in my description box for you to check out. Okay, here is DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I thought I was going to use this gift trim. It came from Walmart, but I end up changing it out, and I'm so glad I did. I'm going to use this beautiful towel from Dollar Tree. You guys, I just love this pattern. I bought the charger, the tray, the towel, the placemats. I love it. And then another one of these stockings from Dollar Tree. So just like that, I removed all of the tinsel and those little pegs, and then I laid it down on my towel here, and I'm drawing around it, giving about a 2 to 3 inch extra, and then I'm going to cut it out. And after I have it, looks pretty funny there, doesn't it? After I have it all cut out, I am going to wrap my frame with it. And look, Oliver, I think I've been spending too much time in my craft room and he's feeling neglected. He wanted my attention. So I put him up there with me, and yeah, he was a little happier, I think. But anyways, I'm just going to round my stocking here and hot gluing the towel to itself, just like you see. And then I just made sure when I was around the corners to pull tightly. And look at him laying there. Aww. He's such a sweet boy. Anyways, I am just going to finish hot gluing this all the way around. And then after that, I went to go get some styrofoam, and I found this car cloth thing from Dollar Tree. And I'm like, oh, that's what I want to use. That's perfect. And so I grabbed this instead. Now I'm just cutting it out so that it fits around the top. And then I'm going to glue the bottom to the front, right over the material or towel. Then I'm going to hot glue this to itself, just like I did with that plaid towel. And I'm just going to hot glue the edges together like that. And then I'm going to do the other side. And then I'm going to hot glue. I was going to tuck it in, but yeah, I burnt myself really bad last week. And so now I'm just like really touchy about the hot glue. And I didn't want to burn myself again, so I didn't do it that way. But anyways, I'm just going to hot glue this top part in. And then after that, I went and grabbed some styrofoam. And I'm going to cut it in half. This comes from the Dollar Tree. And I'm taking some floral wire and I'm stringing it through those wires. I took 2 pieces. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue. Actually, I used quite a bit. I could hear it popping and sizzling. And I'm just going to place it there. And then I'm going to tie the floral wire around it to keep it in place, just like you see. And then after that, I'm going to start filling it with different greenery pieces. And I think all of these came from Dollar Tree. So we've got this I don't know what that is. It's glittery something. We've got some holly berries. These are the mini evergreen picks I just love. And then some poinsettias. I'm sorry I keep going out of frame, but I wanted to see where I was putting it, and I didn't want my big head to get in your way. So what do? I just move it so you can't see it anyways. Anyways, so we just have all kinds of little picks that I'm just placing in there until it was full, and I liked the way it looked. After that, I'm taking some of this ribbon. I got this ribbon from Sam's Club. Yes. And I'm just going to kind of hot glue it around right below that furry towel. And then after I have it all the way done, I'm going to hot glue it to the back, just making sure everything is covered. I don't like the way that styrofoam is looking, and so I guess next I make a bow, doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle. I took a little bit of this red ribbon. This is I think I got this at Walmart. I'm pretty sure you can find it there. I'm just going to tie a knot around it. That's about the end of what I have. And I've had it for years, so I always love it when I use something all up that I've had for a long time. I'm going to dovetail the ends, and then I'm going to hot glue it right on the corner of my stocking there. And then I'm going to cover up that styrofoam. I was afraid of it scratching stuff, but before I did that, I took some of that ribbon, I made a hanger with it, and I'm hot gluing it in. I hope it stays. I don't know. I was trying to think of a better way to do it. But then I just covered it with some more of that terry cloth towel or whatever. It's in the automotive section. I don't remember what they call it. But anyways, and I'm just going to cover it that way it doesn't scratch up any walls or windows or anything like that. And I'm hoping that it holds that hanger in place a little bit more too. Sorry about that, guys. And then look, I had to place him in my apron. He wanted me, so I just put him in my apron. Look, him sitting there. He's so cute. And then there we are posing together without my makeup, guys. Okay, there is our cute little stocking. I absolutely love how this came out. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, I want to take this moment to thank all my subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new here and enjoy today's video, I hope you I invite you to hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And then these are ways you guys can help support my channel. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can do so by finding the links to these accounts in my description box below. Okay. So it is a time for a celebration of your recreation, and adorable Belinda. Look at those. Those are so cute. I know she's shared the snowman with us before, but I wanted to include it with the rest of these that she's just made. I love them. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I'm always happy to showcase them for you. Okay. DIY number 3. So this is just a cute little simple project. I'm going to use this Chalk Couture transfer. This was November of last year's Club Couture transfer. So you cannot purchase that, unfortunately. And then this plaque from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use my chalk paste in the colors. Look at his paws in the way. He was in my apron. It was so cute. Camel and bright white. And then I'm going to tuck his paw into my apron so it's not in the way. And I'm going to show you that I'm going to also use a forest. And I have this Napa, but I didn't want to use that one. I thought I had cherry. I ended up changing it out for cherry. So I'm going to start by removing this hanger. And then I'm going to set it aside because we'll use it again. And then I'm just going to cut out the pieces of this transfer that I'm going to use. And again, if you are not familiar with Chalk Couture, it is an adhesive silkscreen transfer. So we fuzz it the first time we use it so that it doesn't pull up any paint. But then I realized, wait, I don't have any paint on this. Anyway, so I'm just going to go over it with my white chalk paste. Now, this was probably not a good plaque to use because of those grooves. Because when I pull it off, I can see that line. I'm like, oh, darn it. I did try and fill it in with some of my chalk paste to make it look better. But then I added this other piece. Once my stocking was dry, I added this other piece over it. And I'm using my cherry color to go over that. I did use some painter's tape to tape over some of the areas that was off of the white. I didn't want to get that red onto the plaque. And that's when I filled in the lines a little bit with some chalk, the line that goes down the middle of that plaque. Then I'm using this little tool that I have from Couture to fill in the smaller pieces. I'm filling in all the greenery with this, and then I'm going to fill in the candy cane and a berry and the teddy bear. So like I said, the Couture or the Club Couture is a monthly subscription. It's $21.99 a month. You get an exclusive 8x11 transfer, 3 coordinating chalk pastes, and that's why I said you can't buy this one, because this was from last year's. If you are interested in subscribing to that, you can find the link to my Couture page in my description box. I am a designer. Or you can email me and I can answer your questions, or you could just check it out. I always recommend this if you want to try it out. You do have to subscribe for at least 3 months before you can cancel it, but I think it's a great way to get started, or at least try it out and see what you think. And yeah, so if you have any questions, you can email me. I'd be happy to answer any questions, or you can just go to my Couture page and check it all out. You can find all that information on there as well. So I'm just using that tool here because I didn't bring my stencil or transfer down far enough. So I'm just kind of using my little tool to just kind of bring it all in so it looks like it's coming out of that stocking. Once it was dry, before it was dry, I took that little cap from my little tool and I made a little berry there with it. I just dipped it in my chalk paste and put a little berry. And then I made this little bow and just hot glued it there. And then I'm just going to hot glue that hanger back on. I did staple it because their stuff is usually not thick enough for the staples that I have, and it always goes through. I need a staple that does smaller staplers under 1/4 inch. I haven't yet to find one, so I'm hoping I can find one so my husband can get it for me for Christmas. And there it is. I think this came out really cute. It's just simple and sweet. You have to let me know what you think as well. And here is the final reveal. I love these today. I hope you did too. Make sure you check out Amanda's channel as well as the playlist. And then I will be back again tomorrow. Is what, day number 7? Oh, I can't keep this track. Anyways, yeah, I can't remember what it is. So stay tuned. So with all that being said, you guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.